Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel. We're going to be continuing our Let's Play series through Steelrising today. Fortunately, I just lost a hour's worth of gameplay due to a power outage while I was in the middle of recording. So we are back in the Invalids. Luckily, a lot of it was me going back through the old area, like exploring and seeing if there was any walls that we could break through or any new grappling hook areas. There was two walls, I believe. One of them had nothing in it. The other one had a couple items we could pick up. And then we found some optional side quest areas too that we kind of progressed. So we still need to complete that side quest. We need to find the riders, which is at that waypoint. And then we're currently doing like the main portion here. But yeah, there's going to be some areas that probably haven't seen before, but unfortunately lost that footage. So we've been exploring this area. We kind of reached this boss, mini boss right here. And I just defeated him whenever the crash happened. So when I logged back in, he is actually alive right now. So I have to re-defeat him. Oh yeah, we figured out one flame grenade easily sets him on fire. Trying to do the frost grenades takes like 6 or 7 of them just to get the freeze on him. And the charged heavies, you can just sit here and spam them essentially because he just keeps charging back at you. And the dash goes so far. So easy to take him down with a halberd. Oh, that was rough. Get that fire back up again. And this should finish him off. Yeah, pretty easy. Okay. So we'd already gone all the way around this building. I was trying... We need a key to open up this area. Doesn't look like we got it. There was a chest down there we already got. There was a ram unit here that we killed. There's his body. There was people you could talk to here. And then there's a body up there you could jump to by jumping on top of their building. Right here. And then jumping over. Three units. 1 unit. Breakable wall. Gate. Grappling hook. Ooh, hungry. I'm making some grumbling noises. Another module key. We did upgrade one of our modules.
I am getting closer to Les Invalides. Here, I should be able to cross the moat easily.
At least the same area if you fall down. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Can't go this way. I guess from up there I could jump to that building. And from that building to this one, does that lead to anything, though? Nothing here. Nothing here. So it's just to either get behind or do a jump attack on that falcon. That's a far jump. Jeez.
longer sustainable, Your Majesty. Your mechanical revolution has changed the face of the kingdom, but the coffers are woefully empty.
The debt, Monsieur Necker. This debt that you and your banking friends helped to create for your own benefit, and which is now forcing us to levy new taxes. Will my subjects be able to bear another tax?
Yes, Your Majesty, as long as it is distributed fairly. The representatives of the nobility, the clergy, and the Third Estate must come to an agreement. That is why we have convened the Estates General. Tomorrow you are to preside over the opening ceremonies.
Your Estates General. Nothing good can come of it. You have roused the spirit of rebellion. All I hear about are their damned cahiers de doléances. My rightful enjoyment is being challenged. The streets of Versailles are teeming with loudmouth fanatics with sacrilegious thoughts. Tell me, Monsieur le Ministre, have you purposely set this army of the unwashed against me?
Your Majesty, I have always been your most faithful servant.
Beware, Necker. Beware. I have a surprise in store for anyone who dares attack my throne.
Beware! Beware! Seems so stupid the way he said it. Tell me something here. Big hammer. Not a hammer. What are you got a bullet on your back? Make 6, that's a lot. Oh, hello. I did not expect that to do a 360 around him. Oh, hello. Woo!
Suzanne, my dear Suzanne, take my hand, please. Don't let them take me away. No. Oh no, this has to stop. I don't want to be tormented anymore.
That is not my intention. I have come to rescue you.
Rescue me? But what on earth are you?
It is of no importance. What did you see and hear before you regained consciousness?
I had frightful visions, rageful wraiths filled with pain and sorrow. And it was cold enough to curdle the blood. Oh, it's impossible to describe. All the rage and anger. I was in another body, I think. So big, so powerful. And there was this commanding voice, ordering me to spread terror and death. Did I really hear it? Or did I momentarily lose my mind?
Who are you, monsieur?
Don't you know? I'm Jacques Necker, Ministre des Finances. Well, I was before I was captured. But this situation suggests that the king has decided to dismiss me from his service.
What does he accuse you of?
My alleged connivance with the Third Estate, no doubt. And most of all, for having been the first to ask to convene the Estates General.
How and when were you captured?
When the machines attacked, my wife and I fled our home to hide not far from there, in the Église Sainte-Marie. But we didn't stand a chance against the machines. They overran the nave, wantonly mowing down the faithful. My wife, my poor wife, she wasn't able to escape. I'm sadly convinced of this. As for me, my life was spared only so I could be tormented. What is the meaning of all this?
What will you do now?
There is no future for me in this kingdom. I need to find a safe place where I can prepare for my departure as soon as possible.
I will take you to the Cordelier convent. You will be safe there.
Oh, snap, it just teleports us over there? Means I didn't loot the body of the big guy.
À la bonne heure, she's back.
Aegis, what a joy and relief to see you again.
Monsieur,
Welcome to our stronghold. I'm sure that everyone here is aware of the great debt we all owe you. As you can see, the most exhausted among us are growing stronger.
While the most determined are already planning our counterattack.
I did not expect to see you all together.
4 days ago, the representatives of the Third Estate gathered in a tennis court. They swore not to separate until they had established a constitution for the nation. But that was not the only oath we swore. All the honorable men who were at Versailles, representatives and patriots, members of the Club Breton, secretly swore to meet here if they were dispersed.
You, Aegis, have allowed them to gather once again. Though unfortunately many are missing, we still have hope.
Why did you choose to meet in this convent?
It was my idea. Voyez-vous, I stay here whenever my obligations bring me to Paris. No other retreat inspires such peace and contemplation. Et puis, truth be told, this building has always felt like a fortress to me. Just look at how thick these walls are.
For 2 whole days, the patriots in the quarter consolidated the outer walls to make it an impenetrable citadel. No automat has broken through our defenses yet.
Where are the monks, mon père?
They are secluded in their quarters, praying for the salvation of the people of Paris. However, we bear no illusions. We are weak, we are divided.
And we are unarmed. Without you, without your warrior strength, we have no chance of turning things around.
You are sent by heaven above, Aegis. From now on, you may consider the Cordelia Convent your headquarters and a welcome refuge.
We must speak, you and I, in private, if you please. Monsieur de Lafayette must not hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
What do you mean? You all seem to be certain that I will use my strengths to serve your cause. Are you forgetting that I have a task to accomplish?
Not at all, madame. We all know and support your plan to free Monsieur de Vaucanson. That is why I've taken the time to think of a way for you to get to the Bastille.
I am listening.
There is a patriot in Paris whose pamphlets have aroused Monsieur de Lafayette's ire. His anger is so strong that the poor man had to disappear to escape arrest. I know that he is secretly hiding in the quarries in Montmartre. A labyrinth he is said to know like the back of his hand. If anyone can help you navigate the obstacles that keep you from the Bastille, it is the elusive Monsieur Marat.
Very well. I will go and find him. Monsieur Necker.
I owe you my life, madame. So I am embarrassed to ask you for anything more.
Do not fear. You have my full attention.
Suzanne, my beloved wife. I cannot bring myself to accept her death. Despite all the evidence, I still hope to see her alive again. I need to be sure. Mon Dieu. What have I done to deserve such a fate? Why has the king sworn to destroy me? And all that I hold dear. After everything I've done for him. My abnegation.
Why would the king owe you anything?
I dedicated my life to the kingdom as his minister. Well, my life and my fortune as well. I refuse to accept any remuneration for my services in order to keep the accounts balanced. And I personally filled the king's coffers with 2.5 million livres from my own private accounts, bonds in the Caisse d'Escompte, which the king keeps in a tailor-made armoire de fer in the Palais des Tuileries. He stores all his secrets there. I'd wager there's enough in there to sully his reputation 100 times over. You must retrieve these bonds post-haste, madame. They must not be used to allow this madman to build more murderous automats.
Do I have any chance of opening it?
Don't even think about it, madame. Despite your incredible strength, that safe is said to be impenetrable. It was designed precisely to that effect. I personally never had access to it. I suppose that its contents were too unofficial for the honest minister that I always was.
Who has the key?
The king does, that's for sure.
Anyone else?
How could I know? His shadow advisors, most likely. Now that I think about it, there's a rumor that has been going round Versailles for a while now. It's said that Monsieur de Mirabeau used to come and go as he pleased at the Tuileries, that he oversaw diplomatic missions for the crown. Not in any official capacity, of course. Who knows? He might know more about this matter than I do.
I will ask him. I will look into what happened to your wife.
Bless you, madame.
Where should I start my investigation?
In the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides. We were separated in the Église Sainte-Marie, on Rue de Bourgogne.
I shall be off.
You are the only hope of seeing my beloved wife again, and of foiling the plans of the clockwork tyrant.
So many items. Ugh, I don't want to read. My dear husband, as agreed, I received this person of the botanical garden this morning when he got off the boat and found him in a very poor state after his long voyage. However, he made a point of visiting the plantation before giving me his enlightened opinion. He deemed the soil to be excellent and recommended that nurseries be built to grow some 500 young clove trees. Harvesting ladders should be built, as well as drying sheds and storeroom. Please tell me as soon as possible, my dear, if you agree to these arrangements. I long for you and hope with all my soul to see you again in this distant land that is so dear to us. His wife. Hey, this is Mon Pourri. I guess that's how you would say that. Rules of our order forbid us from taking part in secular affairs. It is through prayer and prayer alone that we shall save the souls of those whom the Lord in his holy grace decides to call back unto him. I entrust you with the reliquary of our brotherhood and pray that you, as well as those who seek shelter by your side and the refectory of our convent, will keep it safe from the destruction that could befall us. May God keep you and protect you.
Aegis, a word, s'il vous plaît.
God willing, this letter will reach you before the Estates General. We encourage you to rage while at Versailles and not merely stick to agricultural issues. We must argue that we have no deputies and that whatever the white representatives demand should not be law for us. Stand strong and fight the contempt they have for us. We also recommend that you speak with Monsieur Necker. His charitable works exude humanity and hint that he is a man who is open to the oppressed.
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you, Aegis?
the clues I found at the warehouse suggest that the gunpowder was moved to the Bastille.
Diable. You must find a way to get there and put an end to this threat.
Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
Fancy box that's kind of glowing. Political and impartial journal by so-and-so. What use of wit, finesse, audacity, and tenacity if they are not employed in favor of the common good? The people shall not forget that a year ago Monsieur Necker signed a pact of organized famine. By announcing in the summer of 1788 the threat of a shortage to come, he deliberately stroked the high cost of bread. Then, using this inflation as a pretext, he established a public monopoly, depriving bakers of their freedom to procure their supplies as they see fit. This, dear readers, is how our philanthropist has monopolized all the grain in the kingdom to allow his accomplices to benefit from speculation. His friends, ministers, lords, heads of the judiciary, and other clever scoundrels were involved in this plot. Together, these brigands built a profitable business on the misfortunes of the kingdom with the support of all the servants and whores of the court. My pen is free, citizens, and it will relentlessly pursue Monsieur Necker as long as he remains at the helm of the kingdom's affairs. It will reveal his crimes until unable to... Oh, man. I'll wait for it to go down now. Didn't read quick enough. A slow reader, right? Almost there. It will reveal his crimes until unable to escape the righteous anger of the people. The starver seeks to save himself by taking flight. Just someone trying to force him out.
Eh bien. Do you come bearing news?
No.
I have it on good authority that he is in the quarries. He's the only person who could show you a way to reach.
Is your plan to arm the populace going as planned?
Oh, far from it, madame. Even if they were armed and formed into battalions, the Patriots...
Why is that?
Most of the strategic points in the city are inaccessible. A strange illness strikes all who try. They are seized by an irrational fear, one so great that those who do not lose consciousness go mad or perish on the spot. This makes it impossible to do anything. Any attempt at an uprising is a fool's errand.
The locations you mentioned share a common feature. A statue holding a lantern.
That's right. From what little I could make out, they appear to be depictions of a Vestal Virgin watching over the sacred fire.
Une lanterne des morts.
What do you mean, monsieur?
Lanterns of the dead. Ancient stone pillars that are found near some cemeteries. Our ancestors kept a fire going on top of them. Today, no one knows what they were used for. A symbol of light triumphing over darkness, perhaps? Others claim that human bones, mercury and lime, were burnt there. Some odious sorcery that was meant to entrap the tormented souls that wandered around the burial grounds.
That makes sense and confirms my observations. I'm now certain that the King's lanterns capture the anima essence of the dead who have been cast into purgatory, and that this essence is what allows the automats to stay in motion, without needing a key to wind them.
Pater noster qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum.
Now that I think about it, madame, you obviously are not subject to the harmful effects of these lanterns.
No, au contraire. When activated, these statues reveal an apparatus that allows me to repair myself.
It follows that if you destroy these lanterns, the people will be free to fight again.
Unfortunately, they are preternaturally strong. Nothing can so much as damage them.
Come now, no metal is indestructible. If we knew what these lanterns were made of, perhaps I could find a way to destroy them.
Take a look at this ledger, Monsieur Lavoisier. It contains a list of metals. I found it by the factories, near Vaucanson's workshop.
Let's see. Steel, molybdenum, very good. Tiens, donc, tungsten and zirconium. This master blacksmith knows his trade. These metals can be used to make the strongest alloy imaginable, as long as you have a fortune to invest.
For that, our clockwork tyrant knows no bounds.
Well, Monsieur Lavoisier, is there any way to break this alloy?
Break it? Certainly not. But a mineral acid could change its structure. Melt it, perhaps. I would recommend sulfuric acid, or vitriol, if you prefer to use its common name.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at L'Arsenal was ransacked. I can't tell you any more than that. If Monsieur Bailly were here, he might be able to suggest a solution.
Jesus, everyone came to this conversation. Okay, so I guess he's got nothing left to say.
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you?
where can I obtain...
I had some, but I can't tell you any more. If Monsieur...
Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier. Monsieur de Mirabeau. Minister Necker claims that you were a familiar face at the Tuileries Palace.
That old story. Will it hound me until I have drawn my last breath? This, madame, is nothing but an unfounded rumor that I am trying in vain to dispel. To what do I owe the displeasure of having to defend myself once again?
I must get hold of some documents that are kept in an armored safe in the King's chambers.
What luck could resist your talents?
Minister Necker said it was indestructible.
Oh, I see. Well, let me think. Who could help you? After all, a lock is nothing more than a simple mechanism. If only Monsieur Bailly were here, he would find a solution for you in no time.
To free him, I would have to go back to the Louvre.
Well, then I think you should. Now, who else might be of use? Oh, there's Monsieur Lavoisier as well, our gunpowder commissioner. I'm sure he'll have no trouble finding you something you can use to blow the door off that stubborn safe.
Good. I will go and find him.
Now, if you'll forgive me, I have an urgent matter to attend to.
You are forgiven for everything.
In that case, it has been a pleasure, madam.
Many
Has
people to
anyone
talk
seen
to.
Monsieur de Mirabeau?
Aegis, a word, s'il vous plaît.
My respects, Monseigneur.
I didn't expect to see you again so soon, Aegis. We missed you when we had to leave our shelter at Place Saint-Merry. The path that led us to this convent was not an easy one, believe me.
Goodbye, Monseigneur.
Allez en paix.
Monsieur Raymond.
Aegis, we are very pleased to see you again. It was very unwise of us to leave the Société without such a capable bodyguard as yourself. It is a miracle that we got here safely.
What do you want to talk to me about?
Have you ever heard of the Club de Massiac, Aegis?
No, monsieur.
It's an association that meets at the Hotel de Massiac, just west of Les Halles. It counts some of the wealthiest plantation owners in the Empire. Those from Saint-Domingue and the Petite Santilles are most formidable adversaries. They are waging a war of influence to keep the slave trade going, and resort to the vilest methods to achieve their ends. They worship nothing but money. Their greed is matched only by their cruelty. Regrettably, my interests occasionally require me to suffer their company. 2 months ago, I was in Le Havre to settle some business with the Admiralty, when I overheard a conversation between two planters from Bastère. If they are to be believed, the Club de Massiac is plotting to create sleepless slaves, des esclaves sans sommeil. Those were their exact words. It's hard to say what this could possibly mean, but I fear they plan to administer some foul drug to their slaves to force them to toil day and night, without rest. Our organization will not let these poor souls endure such a hell. Aegis, we must look into this. It is a matter of great urgency.
You speak of greed, Monsieur Raymond. But could you enlighten us as to what makes you any different from the planters you condemn?
What exactly do you accuse me of, Monsieur de Robespierre? S'il vous plaît, do tell.
Do you not also exploit the labor of these poor souls yourself on your indigo plantation?
I fight every minute of every day to improve their condition. No one would have the audacity to deny this.
If that's the case, then why wait? Free them. You preach abolition, yet you continue to line your pockets at their expense. The truth is, you refuse to upend the established colonial order because your entire fortune depends on it.
It's easy to criticize from atop Mount Olympus, Maximilian. You know nothing of the realities of Saint-Domingue. What would happen to all these people if I freed them tomorrow? Without an education, without a livelihood, I would be condemning them to the most abject misery. No. I must act with both compassion and realism.
It is true that every reform must be approached with prudence. This reform is not so difficult. I've begun it myself at La Belle Gabrielle, my plantation in Guyane. There you will not find slaves, but workers who earn a weekly wage. And my plantation is no less profitable.
Ah, yes, profit. Because that's the most important thing. Don't you see, the law of nature gives every man the right to cultivate his own land.
Monsieur, calm yourselves. I implore you. Now is no time to quarrel. What Monsieur Raymond has related to us is extremely worrying. We must find out more about this plot to create sleepless slaves as quickly as possible. Aegis, you are the only one who stands a chance of making it to the Hôtel de Massiac alive.
This game is going to spark a lot of controversy.
Did you go to the Hotel de Massiac?
No, not yet.
Remember, it's by Les Halles, just west of the Marché des Innocents.
What is the aim of this organization?
We publish articles and exert our influence on those who are in it. Our numbers grow and we have many illustrious. But it was Monsieur
Good old Brit.
Yes, mon père. Alas.
I hope to God.
Already talked about this one. Talked about all those.
See you later.
Aegis, I'd like to talk to you about my research. Do you have a few moments to spare?
Certainly, mon père.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions, but then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who calls him. I came to quite the shocking conclusion. I believe, like clocks that never need winding. They get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the anima essence that permeates the purgatory described by Monseigneur de la Fare. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
Is there any way to stop the bloodshed, mon père?
I believe there is always hope, Aegis. As long as I remain free to pursue my research, I will never lose faith. I keep thinking about the three Nemes. These echoes. All of this is clearly related to Nicholas Flamel's work.
The alchemist?
Precisely, mon ami. And this leads me to fear the worst.
What have we to fear from an alchemist who died nearly 4 centuries ago?
Not him, per se. Rather, the heretic who is exploiting his discoveries. This poses a grave danger to us all.
What do you fear, mon père?
What do I fear? Nearly 2 months ago, the king forbade anyone from setting foot inside the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, near the Hôtel de Ville. He had the priests forcibly removed. They hardly even had time to save the church's sacred relics. Since then, only our Father in heaven knows what they've been doing there, hidden away from the people of Paris.
Mon Dieu. Flamel's tomb.
My thoughts exactly, Monseigneur. Legend has it that Flamel was buried with his lapis philosophorum.
What is the lapis philosophorum, mon père?
The Philosopher's Stone. Where do I begin? No one knows its true nature, or even what it might look like. All that is known is that it is said to grant untold riches and eternal life to whoever possesses it. Its very existence is questioned, of course. But if it's true, just imagine what sinister purpose the king and his accomplices might find for it. We must elucidate this matter at any cost.
Where is this tomb?
In the church's crypt. The priests always ensured that it remained undisturbed, despite the mystery surrounding it. But now they're no longer there to protect it. We need to know for certain.
But how? There are automats everywhere.
Aegis,
Oui, mon père.
will you help us get to the bottom of this?
Did you not say that it was impossible to enter the church?
There is perhaps a solution. The penitence door behind the Châtelet leads to the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. It's only opened on Good Friday, but this year, I had the honor and good fortune to lead the procession. Here is the key.
Goodbye, mon père.
How is your research on Nicholas?
I have done
Don't take too long. Don't forget that the tomb is in the crypt of the church isn't far from the
Goodbye, mon... Monsieur Necker.
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good news?
I'm not done investigating yet.
Don't give up, I beg you. Remember, the last time I saw my poor wife, we were in the Église Sainte-Marie on Rue de Bourgogne. That's in the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides. As for the bonds, you'll find them in the Armoire de Fer, in the Palais des Tuileries.
Monsieur le
Trying to make sure we get all the side
I'm
quests.
listening, Aegis.
I went to the meeting point you indicated. I had an unexpected encounter there.
Get to the facts. Who did you meet there?
Madame de Polignac, the Queen's favorite. She made no secret of her reason for being in that desolate place. So now I know all about the precious cargo that is the cause of your great concern.
Seigneur. The children. What happened? Tell me that nothing bad has happened to them.
That remains to be determined. One thing is certain. Charlotte and the young Dauphin are missing. The evidence points to an ambush by the Duc d'Orléans' men. They apparently attacked the wagon the children were hiding in.
How the hell did they know?
This ambush could not have taken place without an accomplice. You were betrayed.
A plague on Orléans and his damned informants. They have taken the children.
That still remains to be seen. It seems that the Duke's men were interrupted while carrying out their task. 3 of them lost their lives. A 4th was able to escape.
Excellent. I bet it was my hussars who sent the vermin running. But why the hell haven't they reported to me yet?
Only they could tell you that.
Would you be so kind as to go and find them? The lives of these poor children hang in the balance. My hussars are stationed at Les Invalides. That's from where they were to set off for Gros Caillou.
Goodbye, Monsieur le Marquis.
Is that everything for him?
Monsieur
Make
le
sure real
Marquis.
quick.
I'm listening, Age.
I went to the meeting. I
Get-
met Gibson.
What happened?
That's
Guess so.
But
Only
would you be my hussar?
goodbye.
Okay. I think we have all the side missions. Is there anything here? Oh man. No, obtain vitriol. We have to do that somewhere else. Question Monsieur Avassier.
Monsieur Lavoisier. I would like to access the contents of a safe that is... Dare I ask for your help?
And how can I be of assistance to you?
I need gunpowder to break through the...
Gunpowder? But I don't have... Do you think I just walk around with a...
Oh. I apologize.
Mirabeau? What is this ridiculousness? I suspect he knows full well whatever he's playing at. Where is the animal? So we can ask him what's truly going on.
He has left. He had an urgent matter to attend to.
Eh bien, I'm sorry, madame. If I could inspect the safe and determine what metal was used in its fabrication, I might be able to find a solution. But given the circumstances, I'm sadly not in a position to help you.
I understand. Goodbye, Monsieur le...
Upgrade how much we heal for. Couple new things to buy here. Ooh. That would allow me to upgrade a new weapon. I like the chains, so I think I'm gonna upgrade this chain here. 2 bismuth blocks. Dang, can't get it. Don't foresee myself using any of these. Not enough. Was to do the upgrade though. No. Change this to this. We have new armors. Increases endurance. I'm assuming that's our stamina. Put a size 3 here now. Yeah. And this one, I think I'm gonna do successful charge attacks because we've been doing a lot of those. I'm gonna go HP here. Balance. A lot of balance. Take the balance one. We'll change this to HP. Alright, so we got a lot of side quests now. Still needs to get one of his echoes. Let me go back real quick and see why it's showing the secondary mission still here for the vitriol. Thought we already talked to the guy and he told us we needed to go somewhere else.
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you?
where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at L'Arsenal was ransacked. I can't tell you any more than that. If Monsieur Bailly were here, he might be able to suggest a solution.
Goodbye, Monsieur.
Ah, okay, so we're waiting for the other person to come here for whatever reason. So we'll leave this one be. We're gonna go back to the area that we were just at. Hope we... I highly doubt the body for the enemy is still gonna be there. But maybe we can get the key or whatever it left behind. If it's still there.
In that direction. I should be able to find a way in. I have already passed by the Église Sainte-Marie. I can get back there quickly from here.
Gonna run through this area. Not this way. Oh, thank you, dang it. Where's the third unit? There should have been a like ball and chain guy here too. There he is. Why is he in there? He was out here last time. Ooh, it is still there. Very nice. A nice orichalcum. That's another weapon we can max out. Usually boxes inside the boss areas that you can break that have stuff in them. Maybe not this time. You swap this stuff out. What do we have a lot of? I want to put on the improved. We have explosives we can put on there. 3 frost, 1 flame. Go ahead and throw the petrification on instead of the flame. That's what we use right now. Nope. Wait. Your Majesty, as it is evident that I have lost your confidence and my official dismissal is long in coming, I beg you to relieve me from the duties of my ministry. I sincerely hope that my successor will provide your subject with wealth that will be the fruit of dutiful service. I remain, Your Majesty, your humble and devoted servant. Okay, can jump back over that way. Up on the fountain won't get us anything.
Not a single one escaped.
I order you to go to St. Louis, 4 leagues southeast of Mulhouse. I forbid you and your men to speak to the passengers. Trust them to the Uhlans of Hopman Hussar, who will be waiting for you at the staging post inn. I'll report back to Lafayette for that. The enemies out here have changed. This was not a... whatever these are called. That was not a ram before. See if this has changed. This is the area that we opened up that, as far as I could see, there was no reason to come in here. Couldn't do anything. Oh, still looks the same. So only other thing here is to go inspect the back of the church. Camera wigged out for a second. Oh, what was that? Okay. Did not see this last time. Amount of upgrade materials and stuff. I guess you could jump to that body from here instead of having to jump on top of the building.
Some worshippers were able to escape the automats. They ran towards the entrance to the catacombs.
That hurt. Really? That's where the key was? We just didn't have the quest, so we couldn't get it at the time? There shouldn't be any automatons in here. Go this way first. Why are there so many automatons in here? This place was locked up. Range unit somewhere. Oh, freaking fighter. Oh, you charged halberd attacks versus those guys. Charged halberd attacks versus most enemies in this game, actually. It just has so much range. I'm sure some of the other weapons are just as good, but since we've been playing around with the halberd, we know about this one. I don't know whether to go this way or to go up here. I'll go up first, I guess. I thought this would lead to something, like there'd be a path up here, but I guess not. now we can go down. No enemy. I get those 750 essence. True petrification grenades. I don't think we've seen those yet. What are you? Bit armored and different. Something else is coming too. Ah, he's a fire infused one. Sweet cheese. Okay, we killed one. Nope. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Frost grenades. Got put to good use. There. Can do here. There's no grapple or anything. No walls to break. Why does he have a entrance into the crypts inside his townhouse? That's so weird. Okay, I do know where this is at.
Necker escaped. I must inform her husband immediately.
My dear husband, if you are reading these words, it is because the Lord in his mercy has spared us both, and this church has not become our tomb. I managed to survive the terrible massacre, and I am going to find our daughter Germaine at the Charity Hospice at St. Solstice. We'll be waiting for you there. Did she, though, or is it a tray-up? Tray-up. Okay, no more secondaries here. Everything is done. Come on, hit each other some more. Ooh, got out of the way. If I go down there, the spider's gonna see me. Got the key to this yet? Nope. Where do we go from here to get back to where we started? This way. Lafayette. Dear Monsieur, I went to the meeting point you indicated and I met someone unexpected there. The Queen's favorite. She made no secret for her reason for being in a bleak place, so now I'm aware of the nature of the precious cargo that is causing you so much anxiety. You must know that Charlotte and the young Daphne are missing. The evidence point. We already did this, right? Not a minute to lose. We must rescue the children. Or if I could get my hands on that Morat, I'd find a way to make him talk, believe me. Yeah, that was weird. Upgrade. We can upgrade this next. I have a carriage token? Where did I get a carriage token from? Alright, so let me go turn in the secondary objectives over here. And then that'll probably be it for this episode. We reached the hour mark. We lost probably like 30 minutes of footage from exploring the old area, so unfortunately. So would have been a little bit of a longer episode, but
Monsieur le Marquis,
I'm listening.
goodbye. Monsieur Necker,
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good news?
your wife. You may rest easy, monsieur. Your wife escaped the massacre. She returned home and left you this letter.
Mon Dieu. She's going to meet our daughter and son-in-law at our charity hospital.
She may already be there.
Madame, I did not dare to dream of such an outcome. My wife and daughter. Can you imagine? And I thought I had lost both of them. The three of us will be able to leave the kingdom and put these horrors behind us forever.
What about the bonds?
They are not in your possession.
No, not yet.
You must ensure they do not benefit the king, madame. You will find them in the Armoire de Fer, in the Palais des Tuileries. Do with them as you see fit, as long as the king does not use them. As for me, I'm going to find my family at once. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. I pray that your efforts will be successful. Adieu, madame. Adieu.
Minister Necker has given his bonds to me.
That's quite a nice little sum. Can you imagine? That's 1/5 of the kingdom's entire wealth.
Wealth that the king squanders for his personal benefit according to his whims.
Ma foi. Monsieur Necker certainly has been very generous to his adoptive country.
Generous? I have my doubts. The loan was granted at a very high rate. So high, in fact, that it would have dug the deficit into an even deeper state of abyss.
Eh bien, messieurs, to what use shall we employ this boonful fortune?
If I could spend it, I'd do everything I could to return to the people their confiscated freedom. To begin, I would get them the bread they so sorely need. It is only after the scourge of famine has been vanquished that armed patriots might then be able to rise up against despotism.
And where will you find wheat, Robespierre? Will you steal it from under the noses of the automatons who have sworn to destroy the human race? As for arming the people, this is another one of your delusions. How could your ragged pack of wretches win any sort of battle that'd be unable to lift a sword?
When you insult the people, you insult me, Monsieur de Lafayette.
I am not insulting anyone, Robespierre. But I happen to know what it takes to fight. Unlike you. Monsieur, I was but a lad of 15 when I took up arms. And everyone here knows my role in the liberation of America from British rule. If you allow me to dispose of these bonds, I will found an army that will annihilate the Clockwork King's diabolical machines. As soon as I have the opportunity to leave Paris, I will rally the officers and troops that are stationed in the provinces. Then, I will call for a mass uprising. I will have more than enough money to pay their wages and procure the weapons we need.
And you will have obedient troops at your beck and call, ready to repress anyone who challenges your power.
These troops will only serve the will of the people. I swear it.
Are you sure that the king has spared the rest of the kingdom, Monsieur le Marquis?
I am almost certain of it, mon père. Despite all of his resources, the king does not have enough manpower to occupy all the garrisons in the country.
Aegis, no member of this assembly can force your hand. The choice is yours. To whom will you entrust Monsieur Necker's bonds?
The bonds are not yet in my possession.
Then please continue your search.
And they're fighting over the money. Go figure. Already looted all that. Let's see where we're gonna go next. Luxembourg. Can't do the vitriol yet. Let's go to the Tuileries.
Here I am at an impasse. Should I go to the Tuileries to examine the safe? There may be a way to force it open. I can get to the Tuileries Palace via the Louvre. Then I should be able to enter it through the courtyard.
Seems pretty dang close. Okay. This is where we'll pick up next time, though. So that's going to be it for this episode of the Let's Play series for Steelrising. I hope everyone's enjoying the series. If you are, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you on the next one.